Okay, so I am going to share a little bit about my journey. As I said, my name is Amanda, and I have been with Color Street since July of 2017. I had never sold a thing in my life. I actually went to a party that Dina was hosting. I begrudgingly went to support a friend, two friends, Dina who was hosting and Jackie who was the stylist at the party, and mainly because I didn't do my nails. So when I say begrudgingly, I wanted to hang out with my girls, but it was an excuse to get the girls together. But I never thought in a million years I'd ever even wear the product. I never purchased a set. I purchased the kit. I saw so many things that have completely become true that day that I tried on my first sample of Charleston blush, which is now retired, but it was around for a really long time. Pink, solid, nothing to it. So that was it for me. I saw potential in a product that was consumable, in a product that if I loved not being a nail girl, I couldn't imagine what the nail girls were going to be thinking of it. So I thought it could really cross the gamut and the price point was great. So all of those things just kind of got me to hop on board. I was looking for something on the side. I'm a teacher by day. I've been teaching, I don't know, at that time I was probably teaching 16 years or something like that at that time. And I was looking to replace some side income that I was doing so I could spend more time with my family. And it's worked out perfect. So that's kind of my little introduction into the business. I just jumped in head first. I literally had no experience. Jackie, who enrolled me, had no experience. Dina, who hopped on very quickly, and many other teammates on this team also had no experience. So we really just kind of dove in and did it scared for a long time. I still am nervous about some things that I just do because I know it's going to help grow the business and I'm so passionate about the product. So there's a little bit about me. I'm going to kick it over to Dina. We're kind of going to run this as a little duo tag team. So we're good friends in real life and we worked together for a long time in our teaching careers. And now we get to continue with Color Street, which is super fun. So Dina, go ahead.
Thanks, friend. Hi, everybody. I'm Dina Doyle, like Amanda said, and just a little bit about my story because I think it's really fun to hear how people got started. You know, as a teacher, my students, I always notice they get a little more engaged when I talk about like myself in high school or my life growing up. So I love to share that as well. So like Amanda said, zero experience. I just wanted to support my friend Jackie. And so I agreed to have a party because it was summer and we were missing our teacher friends. So teachers came over, we sat at my kitchen table. We all were trying on the twosies, which is one of the things I love. I love that people can try before they buy. So Jackie had spread out some twosies. We were all trying them on. This was July 2017. The company was brand new. And it was just so much fun to have everyone together doing our nails. And I got a free pack from Jackie as a thank you for hosting. And then I earned my hostess rewards. And everybody was complimenting my nails everywhere I went. Meyer, TJ Maxx, the orthodontist, anywhere I went, people were like, who does your nails? And I was like, oh, it's Color Street. You should buy from my friend Jackie. Here's her Facebook group. She's awesome. She'll help you out. So I was referring every single person who complimented my nails to my friend Jackie because I was like, that's who I got these from. So here's my friend Jackie's information. And my husband, who's also a teacher, said like, they should be buying from you. You should be doing this. And I was like, no way. You know, we have 3 kids. I'm teaching full time. I don't have any time to spare. I'm not interested. I've never sold a thing. I had a lot of self-doubt. I didn't think I could do it. And he was like, well, if you're going to wear them, and I knew our daughter would want to wear them, and everybody was complimenting my nails, and I was passing them on to Jackie, much like you might be doing or people might be doing for you. I just didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I had what it took, and I didn't even know what that was. And so I, with my husband's, you know, like confidence in this product, in everything about it, low price point, it's a consumable, it's made in the USA. And I was like, that's a good point. And he was like, just give it a try. You can always quit if it's not for you. Just give it 2 to 3 months. And so I decided to join on my 44th birthday. That was, over 3 years ago. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. And it has been the best, absolute best adulting decision I could have made for what it's done for my own confidence, my own, and I was 44 thinking, what else do I have to learn? Right. But I was shocked at how much I've grown personally, even how much this has impacted me as a teacher, and as a mom. I love that my kids are seeing me do something new because they know we're teachers. Amanda and her husband are teachers. So they kind of know what that looks like because they're students. But I love that we can show our kids something different and that you can try new things no matter what age you are. And so I jumped in, scared, unsure, just like Amanda said. And I still ask a ton of questions. I do not know every answer. I will ask Amanda or Jackie or any of our teammates questions, kind of like I do with teaching. Even though this is my 19th year of teaching, I do not know everything about teaching. I still ask my coworkers questions. And that's kind of the beauty of this. We are in this together. We are a team and we work together. And so I am just very grateful for this opportunity. So that's why we love to share with others, because we know what it's done for us. So that's a little bit about my story, and I love hearing stories. So thank you for listening.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of turn it over to just some of the information that people, if you are a customer in this group right now, obviously on the live, or you're watching on replay and you have a question, I'm going to be putting this in as a link. So you're welcome to ask the questions right below. But if you're a customer in here and you have questions, or if you're a stylist and you have commonly asked questions, we're happy to address those as well. But we kind of came up with some topics that we typically like to share during these workshops. So one of the things we wanted to talk about was kind of where Color Street's been and where it's going, because while we did start towards the beginning, we have many teammates, many leaders on the team who are far newer than we are. And what's been really fun over the last couple of years is watching the growth of the company. I mean, we experienced record growth in 2020. But we've experienced record growth every year since we opened the doors. Right now, we do more business in the retail industry than all of the other nail polish brands combined. Okay, let that sit with you for a second. We do more business in the retail nail polish industry than everybody else combined. So that doesn't count salons because they're a different entity, but the retail industry sold at stores or sold direct. Color Street has the market cornered right now. There is no product like ours. And of course, there's a lot of people trying to make products like ours. But really, this product has been around in its inception since the late 80s, like 1980s. Like I think it was 89-ish when our founder had started to actually put out patents for this product in one way or another, and has been putting out patents ever since, and including up until now as he's launched his product under the Color Street brand. It is 100% his business, which is really cool. So he's obviously seen a much longer progression, but we've been kind of in the end, I guess, as in terms of what the company was, in terms of where it's going. The next move is expansion. So we're super excited about that. We are still a baby in the industry. When I think of the companies that I love, like 31, like Tupperware. I mean, I look around my house, I have a ton of products from other companies because I love them. And we are a baby compared to many of them, which is super fun. I mean, we have so much room for growth, and we don't really have a niche of customers because we really can do a super wide age range, and it's consumable, right? So those products I just mentioned, while I love some of them, I know that they're great quality and I don't need to replace them very often. So that part is just super appealing to me. And the fact that we know that we're expanding out. I mean, our product was actually sold in Europe years ago, in, I believe, Ulta or Sephora, one of those companies. But what's really nice about being direct to consumer is we get to, or our company gets to do a very quick turnaround on product. So if we ask for a certain polish, like neons, which we've been asking for since we saw our first ones, whenever we saw our first ones a year or so ago, or maybe 2 years ago now. But we've been asking for those. We've been asking for the leopard overlay. We've been asking for certain things, and they can take from the idea to market in a month. So that's different from any other company because we can stay completely on trend, which is super exciting. So we're expanding right now in the state of New Jersey, which is where we're headquartered. And our next move is Canada, and has been for a while. Unfortunately, COVID has slowed that down a little bit, but that is, we keep hearing bits and pieces that we're going to hear more about it soon. So we're really excited because we have our national conference coming up this summer. So I just wanted to share a little bit about the story of how Color Street kind of came to be. Mr. Park's story, I've shared in this group before. I'll share it again. It's super fascinating to hear. But just kind of getting a glimpse of where we're going, the mini collections that we're seeing, that's a huge push that they came out with in January, that they want to do. I think they had 18 mini collections for the year on top of holiday launches in our catalog. So they're looking to continue to infuse our repertoire along with our great catalog. We're continuing to get this polish that either that you love, or I know that I love, and I can't resist when it comes out every time. So it keeps things really exciting for customers, which is exciting.
Okay, that is what I love to hear, that we are in the infancy stage, because it's just showing how much growth we have to come. And that just gets me so fired up. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to share just for a little bit about how I work my Color Street business as a full-time teacher, and with just busy kids, and we're all busy. Life is busy. That's just kind of the way it is these days. How do we make this work? We have the beauty of our cell phones and our computers and social media that has really helped us work this anywhere. I work my Color Street business, we say, like the pockets of our day or the cracks in our day, just however I can slip it in. And so I do something for my Color Street business every day, and that consistency keeps me going. It's kind of like when people say they work out every day or they drink their water every day, and just kind of keeps that momentum going. And so, like, doing something like this, or making a post, or when I'm out and about and somebody compliments my nails and I give them a twosie, that's kind of the way I make it work. I take it with me on the go. If I'm at the orthodontist and with one of my kids getting braces tightened and somebody compliments my nails, I love to carry these with me. I have them in my purse. People carry them in their diaper bag, their backpacks, wherever, because we have something that we can take with us. I love to mail these out. I love to share these. And the thing I love as well is I always have my nails done with something that's catchy. Whether it's a mixed manicure, or even if it's a French manicure, if I do a pop of color on a ring finger, or I do a fun overlay, people will notice that. And so it will just kind of create that conversation. We share with people that you could work this any way you want. You can work it part-time, very part-time, full-time, or big time. You could work it on the go. You could work this from your phone. You could work this. I tend to sit on the couch, and while my kids are doing their homework, I might do a little Color Street. If we are, at a sporting event, like Amanda and I today, we were at our son's track meets. In between events, we were kind of having a little conversation about this. And that's what's fun, is I have high school friends, college friends, my sisters on my team, coworkers on my team, neighbors on the team. And so it's kind of a part of, for me, it's fun. It's part of my social time, as well as a lucrative extra side income. And it's just something that I'm able to do anywhere when it works for me, because we're our own boss. There is no a whole week, and I will have that set. And so that, I think I went, did I freeze?
You're good now though.
Okay. So that's kind of the way I work it, by scheduling those posts for that upcoming week. And it is something that I'm able to do anywhere, anytime, how it fits into my schedule. Wouldn't you say you're kind of the same way, Amanda, with, because I know you're busy too?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both of my kids play travel baseball and softball.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely, and I'm this season game changer mom, which I kind of like, which means I'm doing the
Oh.
score. Which at first I was like, oh, because I usually do some color streak between innings, but now I'm
Yeah.
forced to watch. But then I still can hop off and do some things, send a quick message here and there. And then of course, between games, I use that time as well. So it, like Dina said, every nook and cranny of my day that I want. So I don't feel like, that's what's kind of crazy, is I don't feel like it's a job. It is, it's work. I'm not here to tell you that it's not work. If you think that you can purchase a kit and you magically get orders, that's absolutely not how it is. We like to say it's simple, not easy, because everything we do is learnable. I don't know if that's the word I should use. But it absolutely is. Everything we've done, we've learned from others. Everything we do, we learn from others. So we're constantly, like Dina said, I may not be working online my business at the track meet, but we're definitely chatting about what we want to do next or some ideas. Every time we get together, as I said, we're good friends. We live near each other, so we see each other often, and we always kind of get to a little side chat for a second about Color Street, just because we love it. It's so much fun. And then we share what's been working. Or I might say, hey, have you tried this? Or I haven't been doing this. Or sometimes I'll text Tina and say, I need some accountability. I'm going to do this today. Check back with me. She messages me an hour later. Did you do what you were supposed to do? Right? Because we are our own boss, and that can be
Right.
challenging. So we want to make, I like to have accountability. And so I'll share with her or some other teammates. I have, all kinds of people that aren't on my team that I chat with at Color Street. And that way I
Mhm.
just kind of like to continue to get fresh ideas, because it's an industry that's always changing. We have our core principles. We're a party planning business. So we focus our businesses around parties, much like Tupperware, much like 31. To me, those are kind of some of the big dogs there in terms of
Yeah.
the years that they've been around, and kind of how we emulate our business for sure. So yeah, I definitely, I have to use those nooks and crannies.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna stick with our full-time job for a while. With fingers crossed, we can retire a little bit younger. Actually, Dina's husband is retiring this year.
Yes. At
And
47. I know.
yeah, and he couldn't do it without this. So, I mean, and he helps her a lot. My husband helps me out a lot. So we do get some support for sure from home, but it's definitely something that, you have to find some passion with. And I encourage you, if you're passionate about, if you already love the product,
Yep.
that to me is what keeps me going for sure.
That's a great point. And one thing to piggyback off of that is life is expensive. I have a lot of friends who were looking for an extra income. And I know for a while I was tutoring at the library. So I would leave from school and go to the library and tutor there a couple times a week for an hour at the different sessions, and just for a little extra cash. And so, everyone tends to look for something to do, whether it's in the summer, as teachers. Some people do summer school, some people do tutoring, some people do the DoorDash or whatever, different jobs here and there. And I like that. For me, I look at this as extra income. I'm looking at, I'd love to earn these for free, and I do, and all the other things that come with it, but I can do it from home. I can do it from my phone. I can do it on my own time. It's not taking me away from my kids after teaching all day. I can just come right home and do what I need to right here, and I'm at home. And so that is what I really like about the endless possibilities of where I can do this, how I can do this, and I can do it on my own schedule. Whereas when I was tutoring, it was 3 to 4. I was away from home. I couldn't get the kids off the bus, and kind of just figuring out that schedule. I don't have to do that with this. So I do love that about it.
Yeah, and kind of going back to, we get to do this when we want. So my schedule, I know what my schedule is. Things could come up, of course, but there's never a nail emergency, so that's great.
Yes.
And so I don't have to worry about running off to something. We have an incredibly supportive team. So if I ask Dita something or she asks me or anybody on our team, they know that if they don't get us right away, that they'll get somebody else, that they can ask somebody else. So we have this just culture of really being super supportive, and that to me is the thing that didn't expect. I expected to kind of do my own thing, make my money, and my goal in the beginning was to make $300 a month. That was my very first goal. Was I wanted to pay basically what my car payment was at the time. And I just thought, what, that would be really cool if I could do this on the side and make a car payment, like just contribute to the family budget. And that was my initial goal. And I just thought, if I do 4 parties a month, that's about what I can make. We earn 25% commission as our base. After we sell $600, we get to earn more money. We get to earn an additional up to 10% based on our total sales. So that's really exciting that I know if I want a month where I want to push myself because we have something coming up, I'm saving for a trip, or we've got the baseball bill due or something like that, that I know that I have the flexibility to, like, okay, I am going to push and get 3 more parties on my calendar because I want to make more income. And so I love that. I love that flexibility, that I can really push and do that. And I know that I can, because I've done it for almost 3.5 years, almost 4 years here. And it's totally doable around my schedule. I know somebody asked in the group if we had auto ship. We don't have anything like that. So the what you do is you sign up for a kit, and it's $129 plus tax and shipping, and you get the sets and all the stuff that comes in the kit. But what's great is we take most of our orders through the website. So immediately, the second you sign up, before you have anything physical in your hands, those beautiful websites that you see that we all have, that comes with as soon as you sign up. And I love that piece, because that's the heart of our business. You're a stylist, or you may, even as a stylist, may be selling some stock as well. That's great. I like to do that too, to mix things up, but I don't have to. I can rely on just doing the parties, just working on, connecting with customers, growing my VIP group, and getting orders through my website, and don't have to worry about the shipping aspect. So we don't have, auto ship. You're not tied to a certain amount per month. The only thing to stay active is to sell $300 in 1 month every 6 months. So if you were to sign up today, sold $300 for the end of May, there's nothing that is tying you to selling. I would say sign up to sell, though. Give it a try. You don't know if you don't try. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of people there's all kinds of things I'm sure that you have, or you had, if you're a stylist now, something that was holding you back. I know for sure, if I would have probably thought about it another day, I probably wouldn't be here, because I probably would have talked myself out of it. But I just said, you know what? I'm going to try this. And if I don't like it, so what? So I tried it, and it wasn't for me. Not the first thing I tried that wasn't for me. So for me, that was, I didn't want that hanging over my head, that, oh, I should have tried it, and I didn't. I tried it and I loved it. And some people try it and they don't love it, and that's okay too. Like, there's nothing holding you to this business other than trying it. So if you're already purchasing sets, that's typically kind of, when you say, Dina, like kind of one of those precursors that you're like, okay, I think it might be time.
Right. That's really what pushed me to consider it. Was I knew I'd be buying for myself and for my daughter. And so I figured, like you said, why not? I'll never know unless I give it a try. And that's something that I share with my students. Working with high schoolers, you're really trying to get them involved and to try new things at that age. And I had to kind of take my own advice. And even though, like Amanda said, I was super nervous, I said no, no, no right away, with a very firm no. And then I realized, okay, if I'm trying to encourage my kids and my students, I need to kind of take on that same mentality and just give it a try, see what I can make of this, go for it. And, the worst that's going to happen is that, I've got 13 packs of polish, which comes in our kit. They give a great variety. We get our files, we get our two-finger testers, super cute bag that I put everything in. We don't have to have, a lot of stock or anything that we don't want to have. And so I figured, what do I have to lose? And so I kind of went in with that attitude.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I'm laughing because
I know I saw you laughing. Now I'm trying to see what you're laughing at.
Yeah, because Miss Florent, I probably should just call her Bree, right? But yeah, I have her son in class. It's a tight knit group over here, you guys. As Dina said, her sister-in-law, it's my, Dina knows we live in the same city. Our kids go to the same school. So we have a lot of people on the team where I have their kids in class. There's a couple actually that I have right now that are teammates. My sister-in-law sells, her best friend, my best friend. Like I said, Dina and I have been friends for about 20 years now. So it definitely makes it a lot of fun. We take trips together. We get to have meetings, like tax write-off meetings, because we hang out and we talk Color Street and we're part of the same team. And so we actually get some perks just for being able to hang out with our friends. So it's not the worst thing, to join your friend for sure. And I never really was worried about that for a second. And we've as many people are in our very small city that sell and just our close-knit network. What's awesome is going back to that online piece. We do so much of our business online that everybody that I'm basically doing business with now, I've never met in person, because there is some overlap with my friends and my family that sell as well. So it's been awesome to continue to expand. So I know some people are held back because they're not an extrovert, they're an introvert. You guys, I am not an extrovert. I'm not silly. I don't even this would not be me. And Luke can speak to that. He's my student. I'm a pretty straight nose kind of person, but I love this business because it allows me to it's like a nail polish fairy. That's what I call myself, because it's a product that just makes people smile. That's it. I don't have to promise them anything. I don't have to make sure they're using whatever to do whatever. It's just like, you want pretty nails? I got what you want, kind of thing. And that makes me happy, because it's truly just a feel-good product, and anybody can wear it. And most people, it can fit into their budget, because it's that one self-care item that people can actually see, right? Like, it's the only thing you can do whatever with your makeup. I've never been really a makeup girl anyway, but I love being able to check out my nails. I mean, it's 3.5 years in, and I still will be like, what do you have on? What do you have? Oh my God, taking pictures of my nails all day. Like, my kids are like, really? I'm like, it never wears off. It's awesome. So that's been really cool too.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Well, this is so fun. I'm looking at your comments in the chat. Is there anything that anybody's wondering, any question as we wrap this up? Does anybody have anything that they want to add? This is our first time sharing this way. And that's one of the things I love, is we're constantly learning and trying new things. And, Amanda and I were saying earlier, this is new for us too. I mean, we've never done direct sales before Color Street. So we're just having a lot of fun trying new things. And growing and stretching ourselves. And I just really feel confident in all that we're doing. And so we just love to share with others. So the fact that you're on here and participating with questions in that, we're going to have the drawing. And we just want to make sure that we are seeing every comment.
Yeah. And I appreciate that comment, Jess. That is super, super sweet. You're both naturals, but we're not. I promise you, I'm not. I can speak for myself. Dina might be. Dina's a natural, just amazing people person. She absolutely is.
No,
but
you're
I
so
actually, but you are. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. We talk about this all the time. Dina's strengths are not mine, and my strengths are not Dina's. So it works well for us together to be working this business together, because we have different strengths. But if I showed you my first live, you would die. Like,
me too.
It was horrible. And it's been a long time of us doing meetings with teammates and doing lives and doing Zooms with customers and play like,
Yep.
and I love that. I get to come on here. I get to, like I said, this is just a fun product and a bright spot. So I really use that energy in all of my lives and in my business because it's so easy to do. I really just filter my excitement still for the product to customers and to teammates. So it's taken some practice. I would blink incessantly. I would do all kinds of crazy stuff. I just love it now because I is bad as this last year has been, it has forced people to stay in contact this way. So people have gotten a little bit more familiar with hopping on a Zoom meeting. I mean, we actually have done in-person meetings like this as opportunity groups. Dina, do you remember? We did one. We did a couple way back in the beginning, but this is great because people can just hop in. Our teammates are all over the country, from Hawaii to Texas to Maine to, I mean, and so that's awesome too. We get to continue to connect and learn this way. So it's now kind of a usual thing for people to hop in a Zoom on a meeting. So it's actually enhanced, I feel like, our business a little bit. And now we get to go back to that in-person stuff a little bit more. Whether it's sharing in person because people aren't so weirded out by taking something from your hand, or chatting with people a little bit closer now and not having the mask all the time. So it's like we're moving in the right direction, but we still have this online piece that is a big component of our business and is awesome. But it takes practice. Everything we do, it's been practice. Reaching out to people asking for bookings has been taken practice. Asking just all kinds of things, have been practice and we're still practicing. So there's I feel like there's not a lot of natural to me with this business, but I've just picked up and I've learned and I've forced myself to implement. And what I'm not good at, I try harder, and what I am good at, I try to enhance, and play to my strengths a little bit. And that's one thing you have to do with this business. I can't worry of the things I don't have. I really try to focus on the things I do, and I work on the things that aren't my strengths. But I know that I can play to my strengths, and I can use and help, work with my teammates for those pieces that maybe I'm not as good at. So we can, and that's what's awesome. It's running a business for yourself, but not by yourself. I love that because that is 100% true. Each of us
Right.
make our own income. We all do our own things for our own personal business, but we get to decide how to do it, how to run it, but we also have the support of a really incredible team. So yeah,
It's
it's
so
nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking to go
yeah.
live. Ugh, it's nerve-wracking. I still, like, I'm not good about giving samples to people when they compliment my nails in person. Like, that's something I'm still working on. 3.5 years later, I'm like, why can't I do it? This is a perfect in. But I'm just like, oh, I don't want to, but I do
Yeah.
it. I work on it. I practice. And I'm still learning, which is awesome.
We constantly are. We're constantly evolving. And people don't want to see perfection because that's not relatable. So I remember when I would go live or do anything, I would say, like, I'm so nervous. And I always said that. I always started by saying, I'm so nervous. And I felt like people were like, oh, she's nervous. Like, it just kind of made it like more relatable. And I was very honest, like, I've never done this. This is my first time. And I think did I freeze up again?
Yeah.
I so
You can
I'm all
see.
about I'm all about self-care and lifting people up. And this is the way that our company gives us that platform to share through this. And you can really see people looking at their polish and they feel good. And that feels good. It's the best.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to end with, if you're a stylist and you're considering, looking to grow your personal business or to grow your team, you know, just take the plunge, take the plunge and try something new. I promise that the worst that can happen is, someone tells you no, whether it's to book a party for you, or with you, or to try a sample, or to, it's just the nature of the beast in this business, but it is something that has a ton of upside and a ton of room for growth. Like I said, it's, we've been fortunate to be on trips with our founder as well. Actually, Dina and I earned a trip to see our new home office later on this year, and that they're building in New Jersey right now. But they're very much into getting feedback. And when we sat down and talked to the founder of the company, he is all in. He loves this. This isn't something he wants to take and sell. He's all about growth. And as I was saying before about him selling in Europe before, he wants this product all over the United States, but he always wanted control over it. So when you sell to retail, which he had done in the past, they only purchase maybe 10 colors for the year. So he gets to continue to have these think tanks and putting out these crazy polishes and colors and overlays and finishes. And I mean, this is incredible for him, and there's no stopping. So it's a perfect time to hop in. I know for me, I'm excited. I love when we have new teammates around this time of year because my school year's winding down. I know Dina is a senior, so she's got some busy things at home, but her school year's winding down. And so it's a great time to support new stylists when many of us actually on this team are teachers. And so that it definitely lends itself to us having a bit more flexibility to be able to support new stylists, which is awesome. Is there a set in the works? So Jess, we actually, stylists get to share what they, like we've been able to say some of the things that we want. We've had a mental health awareness strip before. I can't remember the name of it. Do you remember, Dina? I feel like it was pink and green. Didn't we have mental health awareness at one point? A strip? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
It froze for on my end.
Okay. Didn't we have a mental health awareness strip?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, MB. Yeah, we did have one. So we haven't doubled up yet, except for breast cancer awareness, I believe is our only thing that we've done twice. But stylists get to really have input and send recommendations to Color Street in terms of the types of organizations and the type of illnesses that we do get to support through the foundation. So that's super exciting too. So I don't know, when they'll start to double them up again. I know they're really working because there's so many things out there. And I know there's so many things near and dear to people's hearts that they're definitely working to get through them. Listen and love. Yes, MB, thank you. But yeah, it's definitely something that they like to do, is have a lot of stylist input, which is really awesome. So, all right, I think we're going to wrap it up though. So if we don't have any more questions, what I'm going to have you guys do is once I put this recording down, if you're a customer that was here in the group, we're going to have you comment below the recording. And then we're going to we've got a drawing just for the sets. And then we're going to have a drawing for the people that give us feedback on this recording, whether they were live or if they were, watching on replay. We know it can be difficult, to happen at certain times. So what's great is even our meetings, all the training Color Street puts out is always able to watch again. So I know I've got an earbud in a lot. And when I'm working around the house or when I'm driving, I put a lot of trainings on. My family's just used to it, or I'll put an earbud in and spare them. But it's really great because we kind of get to learn again whenever we want to. We have an app just for learning. And it's pretty awesome. So there's always, if you can't be here at 8 p.m., I know it's bedtime for a lot of families with littles. It can definitely be a little bit crazy. So we hope that this was helpful for those customers. If you're a stylist in here and you're still learning, we hope it was helpful for you as well. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone for hopping on.
Thank you, everyone. This was awesome. It was a great first time doing this, and we appreciate you being with us. And definitely let anyone know who wasn't able to watch live. Let them know about the recording. There's plenty of time to still hop in. Thanks, you guys. Take care.